Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Oh gosh, technology. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight, everyone. Let me know who is with me and where you guys are from. Gosh, it was another great day. Weather was amazing here in Michigan today. I had some unexpected company, and gosh, what else? Hi, Nancy. Yeah, we had some relatives that are here and then also in Alabama part-time. So they stopped by and she picked up a bunch of cards. So I told her that she should learn how to make those cards with paper pumpkin since she travels, right? Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining as everybody's jumping on and catching us. It's just a couple minutes. I know sometimes it takes a while to get into everybody's feed. Hi, Charlene and Sue. Hello. I see you all popping on. Yeah, so I've been working on some new classes to share with you. The last garden birdhouses, that's out in the mail. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. And you know I didn't bring a bottle of water over here, so hopefully I'll be okay. What else can I tell you? I have the cutest class coming up with one of the stamp sets in the holiday catalog. Let me grab it behind me here. It's this set right here. It doesn't show up very good when I hold it up in this camera, but anyway, it is on page 11. And you guys, this can be much more than Christmas, so I want you to keep that in mind. You know how I like to do classes and kind of go out of the box a little bit, use the different classes in different ways. And so that's what I am working on for that particular stamp set. Who else has joined? Hi, Linda. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing. I am going to go ahead and get started. And I just want to say again, I tell you guys this all the time, you are such a blessing to me by your orders, just your encouragement and being here. And I am thankful for each one of you. So with that, I also want to share that we have a winner for last week's cards that I made. And that would be, I will turn that down here in just a second with all my little things that I have here. Donna is in Connecticut, raining all day. Hi, Penny. My sister Penny is jumping on here, so it's always fun to see her. It's always fun to see everybody, don't get me wrong. But I don't get to see her. I should see all my brothers and sisters more often than I do. Hi, Pam. All right, so let me turn the camera down. And again, I know that I recognize your names, but if you're new to my channel here on Facebook Live, or if you're catching this as a replay, my name's Barb Ryder. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And I enjoy stamping and crafting and being with girls, right? What fun is that? I also have a YouTube channel. If you haven't joined me there, make sure you go to Barb Ryder and you'll find all of my uploads there. I'm in the middle of 12 weeks of fall, and so make sure that you jump on there. Hi, Marcia. I need to come by and see you, Marcia. I have a lot of things for you, and I will get there. Maybe I'll come in my lunch hour tomorrow. Okay. I promise. We're turning the camera down now. There we go. I knew that I was going to get coughing, and I do not have. Okay. Sorry. Jeanne Kohler, or Kohler, I'm not sure how you say your name, Jeanne. You are the winner from last week. The cards that I made last week, you are the winner. So I will double check. I might have your email or your mailing address already, but if you could please just private message me, that would be great, so I can make sure to have your address. And I did not bring the cards over here to show you guys again what cards those were from last week. But they were using the celebration set, the fun one that has the different shapes right here. And I did some creative techniques with that. Okay, so we're going to start out and we are going to use Shaded Summer. Now I will tell you that I have created a class, a fun fold class with this one. Hi Carol, thanks for joining. Let me share that with you really quick. So there's 4 cards here. It's fun fold, and I think it's best if I share them right here so that you can see. Now this will not be one that includes a stamp set, so you will need the stamp set. Any die cuts or what else? Punches, any embossing that is done for you. So anyway, here's card number 1, and this is the ribbon. It will include the ribbon, this Fresh Freesia ribbon. And look at that fun fold. It's like a special gate fold. I'm going to hold it down here so you can see the whole thing better. Okay, so there's one card. This card right here. I have even tried a different light, and I'm going to turn this off and see. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Anyway, this is a kind of the same thing that comes off here, and look at this fold. Isn't that pretty? So number 2, all these have a belly band with them, and then this comes off like this, and inside, and this one is really fun. Look at this one. I'm going to try to see if I can turn this differently. There it is. Okay, see that? And then this actually opens like that. Now that's very different, right? So there you go. That is a class that's coming up in, it's probably a $30 class, and it will include product along with excuse me, along with the color tutorial. What else? And all of the parts and pieces. Now you will need some ink pads and markers for that one. Okay, so let's get started on our first card. Thank you, Sue. Hi, Diana and Carol. I see you guys jumped on. I think I did see you jump on there, Carol. All right, I'm going to try again, guys, with this light, because I think that we do need the light. It's either too bright or it's just not enough. I just can't seem to find the right place for me to do this. So anyway, I'm going to pull this up and over this way a little bit. Maybe that will help. Sorry about that. Hopefully it didn't make you sick. All right, here we go. Let me find my stamping pad. Did I pick it up? I picked it up with all my stuff back here, so 1 second. There we go. And then also, there we go. All right, here we are. I'm going to try to get in so you can see me instead of just one side of my face here, right? Okay, so what we have is we have some of this fun, yummy ribbon. That's kind of to me, this ribbon right here is kind of the focal point of the card, and you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. The palette that we are using is Soft Succulent and Blushing Bride. We're going to be using those. And then we are using the large flower piece, the little spriggy guy, and our sentiment. So I'm going to put those up here. Let's pull out what we're going to use. And because I always forget the envelope, I'm going to start with the envelope tonight. So let me see if I can turn this and see if you can. There we go. Maybe you can see my head as I. Jeanne, you are the winner from last week's drawing. So I think I have your address, but could you help me out and just send me your address in a private message? That would be great. So let's stamp the envelope first, guys, okay? So I don't want to, let's go. We're going to do flowers with the Blushing Bride, and that's what we're going to start with anyway. So I'm going to pull that one out, and let me see what I'm looking like here. Okay, I want to make sure I stay in the camera and not get over where you can't see me. All right, let's ink up this flower, and yep. Got it inked up. So this is my envelope. So I'm just going to come right here in the corner and stamp this just so we have something on the envelope. I always forget that, right? Okay, so what we have, again, we are going to, I always try to make sure I share the measurements so you can create these yourself. That's the whole reason I share these, you guys. I want you to be stamping and using your product. And I want you to have the measurements so you can recreate these. So this is just the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base. And then I just broke this down into the basic 4 by 5 1/4 soft succulent. And this is the vanilla, the very vanilla, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to be stamping on this piece first. And we're going to be using this large flower. Okay, so I'm going to start right up here at the top. I'm just not quite tall enough here. I want to stay where you guys can see me. Okay, so I want this to be like right up here. And this is a kind of a solid big stamp, so make sure that's inked up well and then stamped where we want that. Okay, and then next I'm going to kind of come this way and turn the stamp and fill in there. And let's see, let's come right here and let's go this way a little bit, like that. Perfect. And then the last one, how about, let me see here, let me just come right up in here. Now, this Blushing Bride will dry a little bit, it'll lighten up as it soaks into the paper. So, got the ruler, Linda? Yay! Taryn said that she got one too. I saw her this week, and she said, yep, I ordered that ruler. Well, I know you guys will like it, because I sure do. I like it a lot. All right, so that's what we have right now. What are we doing next? We're going to close this up before I get myself in trouble. And we're going to go to the soft succulent. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this one, see, it's a little harder for me to slide. So when you open these, if they're too hard to slide, just take it and sit it like this, and you can use it the same way, just like that. Tap your little image in there the way you want it, and we are using soft succulent and coming right in these little areas, and I think I can fit one right there. Yep. And kind of over here. So all I'm doing is just getting some of that color in here. I think I'll go this way with this sprig, right? Let's go like this. Getting out of the screen a little bit. Yay, okay, there we go. Not a ton, not a big deal here, but it is doing its thing. And the last thing I want to do is, some friendships are meant to be. So let's ink that up. And then we are going to bring that right up here in the corner, trying to get it straight. There we go, right up there at the top. Okay, so this card right here is basically just stamps, ink, and paper, and we're going to add the ribbon. So that is what our first card is. Pretty simple card, but it really gives a pop. Cleaner right here, and let's get these cleaned up. Hey, thanks for joining. I see lots of you have jumped on here. I want to say thank you for joining me this evening and checking out some of the fun projects that I have to share. Hopefully you'll be able to just take these and recreate them yourselves. It's super easy. This first card is very easy. Just stamps, ink, and paper. It's basic stamping. The next thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and put this layer together. Oh my goodness, there we go. And we are going to add the ribbon next. And I'm going to show you this fun way to put this ribbon on the layers, okay? Just like that. See, I'm getting way over here, and the color's better over here. There we go. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to move this out of the way so we can see this better. So what I'm going to do, oh, thank you, Char. I'm glad that you like those combinations. These just look so inviting. Look at this ribbon, you guys. See how loose and easy it is? This is a really nice, soft ribbon, and it's got these little frayed kind of edges on it. That's so cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to come around, and I am going to, let's see here. I'm just going to guesstimate what I'm needing. So let me think for a second here. I'm going to come in here. I'm not going to bring this around and tie it in a knot. I'm going to stay up here where you can watch me, hopefully. So I'm going to just make my bow on my length of ribbon here. How do I come up with them? You know what? Honestly, that's a good question. And so I don't know. I just kind of look at, I have all of my papers in a paper stack. And so I just kind of look through there. I mean, this is truly how I come up with it, you guys. I know that there's the color coach and all of that stuff, and sometimes I get inspired by what other people do. But I will tell you that I took this particular layout from a swap that I created probably 18 years ago. It was so simple, and anyway, but that's how I come up with my colors. I just kind of look at all the color palettes, and I start putting my pieces of cardstocks on top of each other to say, okay, what looks good? Most of the time, you will find that I choose colors in the same category, like in the subtles. Like I would consider the soft succulent and the blushing in the soft subtles palette. It's currently an in color, but if it were to go into the colors, they would probably put it in the pastels, like the soft subtles is what they're called. So, long story to answer that question, but it was a great question. All right, so what is next? What is next is I am going to share how I made this bow. Well, you can't see it. I can see it. So I'm going to take and make a loop. I'm just basically going to make a bow, you guys, okay? I'm going to come around and come in here and make this bow right in the middle of this ribbon. Then just make it, you know, make it pretty. Figure it out. Just play with it till you make it pretty. Size that you want. Okay? So there I have just a regular bow. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do, actually this side is prettier. I like this flat on the front. And so then what I do, you got to make sure you leave enough here, because now I'm going to take this, and this bow is going to lay down. Let me see if I can get this to work better. Let me see if I can't get this behind the loop a little more. I'm trying to get my other loop here more in the front, because I want both loops kind of in the front. Hopefully you guys are following me. And so yeah, you can manipulate your bow a little bit to get those in the front. See what I'm talking about? See how both of the loops are in front of this piece and this piece? And then now this, let's see if I can turn this a little bit. Oh, this is bothering me. This lighting is bothering me. Okay, let me bring it up here. All right, so all I'm going to do now, you guys, is I'm going to take this. This is going to make sure you have, if you want your bow over here, if you want it over here, wherever you'd like to put it. I want it so that it's not covering up my seine. I'm sorry, I got out of the camera there a little bit. Let's see, how do I really want this? I think I kind of want my bow. I think I'm going to go over to the side a little bit. Okay, so here's what I want. So now let me grab my scissors and cut my ribbon, and then we're just going to put the ribbon down. Okay? Just like that. I hope that makes sense. I hope that watching that do this, and take, you know, practice and see if you can, you know, how it works out for you. Let me see if this does anything different. Probably not. Just more shadow. Goodness gracious almighty. I'm dropping things, you guys. Sorry. I don't know. Well, that's what we're going to do for now. So sorry about that. Okay. Sometimes I think that I have to say I should give a disclaimer in that we have a comedy show and lots of other things when you come on to watch me, right? Yeah, this isn't going to work, Barb. Let me see if I can do one more thing here. See if that helps a little bit. Okay, let's put our card together, y'all. We are going to take this, and I'm going to flatten that out. We're going to use some mini glue dots here in a second. I'm going to bring that down just a hair. And so some adhesive. Where's my adhesive guy? Here, so that this will lay down like that. Just come across here. Bring this piece of ribbon on there to stick that down. And then let's go ahead and get this on our card base. So, Blushing Bride and Soft Succulent and Berry Vanilla are the colors that I used. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab some of my dimensionals here. How's that? That's a little better, huh? There we go. I'm going to keep trying. I got to get it right. Thank you for sharing, Donna. That helps me a lot. I do appreciate that. So I'm just taking my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to pull off this one. Since I've already got my stuff here, I'm actually going to put one right down there to kind of hold my ribbon in place. So it's underneath the ribbon. And I actually want this to stay more down. And so, you know, you can always take these and put it right underneath that little bow. Got the glue dot on there, and then I'm going to take this and lay it down more of where I want it, just like that. But yeah, my Take Your Pick tool is fabulous. I love it. Oh, got stuck on my finger. Stay, stay. My bow flipped over on the on against it. Oh, I don't want you to do that. Okay, let's get you there. All right, come on now. Play with me here. There we are. So this bow is like on the front of the card, and you don't, it's done a little bit differently. Yeah, this is really something different. Sherry Koval something, I watch her often, and she has shared how to do this bow. So I learned it from another demonstrator, you know, but there you go. And here is the original one I did. This bow turned out prettier. You know, always when you do something live, it's never the way that you practice it, right, guys? So there you go. So that's our card number 1. Let me show you some samples using the dies that are free when you spend $100. You can choose the dies that go with this Shaded Summer. Now, I don't know if you guys have really taken a look at that. I've got the stamp set right here, but there are great sayings in here. And even if you just buy it for the sayings, it's really good. So, gray and pink would be really pretty, Marcia. I agree. Those two colors are very nice together. But here's one that's bright and pretty. It's in the mango and polished pink. Here's another one using some of the dyes. featuring the dies. And so this one will, there's a die in there that will actually cut out that big piece that I was stamping there. This one I had demonstrated a little while back using the dies and the happy birthday in the stamp set. This is a swap that I received using the dies. Here is another one with all black, and it's kind of a special fold here. It's in a wrapper. I didn't take it out. It's a swap from Marvina Bloomfield. This one is from Dina Rico. And this swap is from Diane Alberts. And look at how pretty these dies are. With the two-tone, she used the two-tone on the dies. And then the pansy paper. Fun samples on that one. So that's card number 1. All right, I'm going to move these things out of the way, and we are going to move on to another floral card. Yes, you guys know that I love floral, and because I love floral, that's probably what you're going to get to see every single time that I share, because that's what I work on, is I do things with floral. So let me get the samples out of the way, back here behind us. And our next card, this was on back order for a long time, but we are going to be using the Artistically ink. And let me find the page that is on. Where are you? Here we are. All these fun things, page 96 and 97 of the annual catalog. I'm really close, and that's why I can't get everything in here. But anyway, we're going to be using this stamp set. I know I've used this maybe once, back when we thought that we had all of our goodies ready for us to order, and then they went on back order. So, we are going to make a fun card. Oh, let me pull everything over here. And we are going to use 2 colors again. This is one of the in colors also. We're going to use Fresh Freesia as our in color, and Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce. Those are the colors that we are using. Boy, I am rocking and rolling here tonight with my table. So 1 second. There we go. That's better. I don't know what was happening. The greens go with so many colors. Hope they make them a permanent. Oh, I know. So lots of people are really liking the Evening Evergreen. That's a great Christmas color. Okay, so there's that color palette. Out of the way there. All right. My tool, I put it in here without the pokey tool. Okay. So this is a kind of a fun fold. Now you guys know that our designer paper is gorgeous on both sides, and this is a specialty. See the gold flecks in this paper, and then this side just has kind of that bubbly inked technique. And so we're going to be using this piece. And by the way, the measurements of the designer paper is 4 by 5.5. I did the whole 5.5. And then my card base is a little different. This card base is 5 inches scored at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, see that? By 5.5. That's my base. And what I'm going to do is this, so that we see both sides of the paper, this is going to go right here, just like that, as the front. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that down. I am going to go ahead and put a strip of my adhesive right on this edging, and that way I'm not guessing on how far over I need to go or whatever. So let me just go ahead and roll that adhesive right down through there. I'm going to bring this here, and I am going to have just a sliver on the side here. So that comes all the way to the bottom. Make sure I got that kind of even. Looks like it there. That's better. And then fold this down on top of my designer paper. And then there's the front flap of my card. And that way when you open your card, you have the design in there too, on the inside. Okay, so there is that. We are going to, I also have pre-die cut, which I had this prepared before I had my die cut machine right next to me here. But anyway, I've pre-die cut 2 pieces from the dies that go with this set. Let me move these, and I'm going to show you, because it's a polymer stamp set, that's the reason that I think that we can, you know, do the dies and then stamp on top. All right, so let's get our stamp, this stamp and this stamp. Oh, I lied. These are not polymer, but I'm still going to do it. I'm so going to do it, okay? All right, let's start with the easy one first. And so we're going to use the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to ink up my leaves. And this is a distinctive stamp set, which just means the way that it's cut. See how it doesn't look like it's inked up in there? But there is ink on those teensy tiny little guys. So I'm going to stamp it here. And actually that is too juicy. See how it's so solid like that? I don't want it that solid. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. I know I've showed you this before, but we're going to see it again. And anytime that my stamp set is too juicy, I am going to use this. This is just a plastic spoon, and I am going to take this, push it down on the ink, and push the ink away. So basically, I am just kind of moving. I'm not taking any of the ink out of the pad, but I am moving the ink. I keep getting over here. I'm just moving this ink out of the way, okay? Okay, so can you see the difference in the color? See how this is lighter right here and darker over here? That's because I've moved some of the ink. So let's take a look at how that makes a difference. And I'm going to put this over here so I don't get everything inked up. Let's see how that makes a difference in stamping. So tap, tap to ink it up. I'm going to bring it over here. And it makes a big difference in my, you know, looking at it up close and how it's stamping with the ink. Okay, so ink it up. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. So how do you do this? You lay your stamp down. You take your die cut piece, and I'm going to try to tip it here so I can see better. I'm going to stand up, I guess. I guess we're going to stand up and do this because I have to be able to see where I'm going with this. So I want you to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take this and kind of line up where the image goes and lay that down. And here is a tip. You could take another block and push it down, and that way it's going to really get that image. And there you go. See that? All right, that was the easiest one. This one's a little harder because it's a bigger piece. See how you got these fun little pieces right here? That's what we're going to try to match up, okay? So before I put the ink on, I'm going to make sure that my piece is how it, oh no, I thought I got green on there. All right, let me close this up. And we're going to go with Pale Papaya. I think I said Fresh Freesia earlier, didn't I, you guys? Goodness. All right, this is the top, okay, and let's see. There's my 2 little fun pieces that I was looking for, and I think this is how it's going to go. All right. Okay, that's it. So I want to make sure that I pick that up the right way. So I'm going to take my stamp. Because this is a bigger stamp, I'm going to go on top with my ink pad and ink that up. And see how, I don't know, can you see how that's kind of bubbled on there? I'm not sure if that's what I want. So I'm going to stamp this on here again, and let's check it out. Okay, that's not bad, so I guess I'm okay. I don't have to move my ink around, okay? All right, so there's that. Let me make sure I have this right again before I drop it down. Okay, all right, so yeah, here we go. And normally, when you're stamping, get here so you can see me. So normally when you're stamping, you would stamp it and then you go and do the die cut. If I send you a kit, sometimes I will send you the die cut pieces. So if you don't have the dies, you still have it and you can stamp. So anyway, there's that. Okay, so let's get this matched up. I need to come over here more in the light. Okay, we're going to do this. Once you're down, it's down, right? Okay, think I'm good. And then take your block and just push that down so that you get a good image. And I'm not moving it, I just pushed it down. There you go. And it's all over, it's on my, it worked out. It looks great, actually. That was the goal, right? Okay, I'm going to sit back down. I do sit when I stamp. I rarely stand when I'm stamping. There's just some occasions I do stand up. So, all right, there is our next color. So let me just clean this and so I don't get myself in a mess here and get my hands in something I don't want in there. Okay, and that end goes here. And the last thing is we are going to stamp our sentiment, which is over here. And we're going to stamp that in shaded spruce. And the reason that we're using that color is, again, when I'm using designer paper, I look at the colors that are in the designer paper, and that's what I use to stamp with. Okay, so this just says hello, and I'm basically going to stamp this right across my flower, just deciding how I want this to go, probably like that. And I want to make sure this is inked up good. Kind of going to be the inside of my flower, just like that. Instead of putting beads or not beads, but jewels or something, I'm putting my saying right there. Ink that up, or clean that off is what I meant to say. Get that ink off of there. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to put our card together. And let's get that on over here. And let's do that. So I have also chosen the Pale Papaya ribbon. And so if you are part of my In Color Club, you guys, this is our last month. Oh my gosh. And so you should, I think everybody's gotten this color so far. I think our last month is the evergreen, but except for one person. And it was because the back orders that we had in the evergreen for so long. But let's put this together. And how am I going to do that? Let me pull these over here. I'm going to take this, and I am really just going to lay down some adhesive, and I want this to kind of come across I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I'm going to bring this across kind of this way. Let me see if I've got more adhesive. Oh yeah, there we go. Just kind of crisscross, okay? Actually, I need a little more adhesive right here. It's going to be underneath the flower anyway, so, but you just definitely want that to stick down. Let me grab my scissors because I don't want this long everywhere, and I at least have to cut the pretty angles, right? Just like that. There, and I guess that one can stay because it's not off the edge. All right, the next thing we're going to do is I am going to grab some dimensionals here, and I'm going to, actually, I need some little dimensionals because that's what I want for the tips of my, right here. I want one there and one there, and I'm going to put this down first. Kind of, well, let's see where we want our flower is going to go right here. So I want this where? Kind of right up here. How about right there? All right, so we've got leaves in there, and it kind of, I think I stamped off on this, to be honest with you, on the first one I did, so it's lighter on my sample. But anyway, because you can see it better on the sample, being a little bit lighter color. And then this is going to go here, just like that. But before we put this down, I actually have some of this gold, some of our gold cord. And then because it's been on there, it's so, see how it's all curled up like that? If you take your fingernail and you just kind of pull it like this, it straightens it out for you so it's not crazy. And what I want to do is I'm basically going to do some loop-de-loops here, like I like to do, and I just have to get the right size. You guys see what I'm doing here? Just kind of looping this, holding it in the center, making a loop here, and then coming back this way and that way. So that's not what I want. It's too, I don't want that both. Maybe I'm too big, because I want I want this end on one side and this end on one side. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if this is going to work, because what I want is I want this to come out both sides, and it's not going to. So what are we doing, Barb? Let's just do two big ones. See if we can make this work. This is the fussiness of what to do. Hey, when all else fails, you know what you can do? You just take your piece that you have in your kit, if you have a kit, or pull it off the spool, and you make one loop, big loop, okay, and then take this like that, and that's going to be one section. You know what I don't have is my extra, you know, I like to keep, oh, what's it called? Tape, Scotch tape. So let's put that one up here. Let me see how that works. See there? I got it coming out the edge, and I want it kind of up there where it's coming off of the other ribbon. See that? All right, let's put this one down. And again, I'm just going to make a big loop and then pull this up so that it's kind of at the top. And then let's put this one kind of at the bottom. I'm all sticky from the stuff here. There we go. Okay, so that looks kind of funky like that, but when I put it on here, it's going to be awesome. All right, so I'm going to take my dimensionals and actually kind of hold this down a little bit, even though it's already, you know, has the adhesive there. I'm going to go ahead and put a few dimensionals here. Yeah, we'll go there. And then this is going to go on the front of the card, and then this card is done. I chose not to do any gems because this card has the gold, you know, flecks within the paper itself, and so it doesn't need any, you know, it doesn't need that extra there. I'm out of the frame. Okay, yeah, I probably was for a second. My face keeps getting out of the frame, Nancy, sorry. But hopefully I'm good there. It looks like I'm in the frame now, right? But there you go. There's the card. Yeah, this is just a little different. I just wanted to do something different. And you know what? It makes things even prettier. Let me see. Do I have any Wink of Stella? Now that makes a big difference. It gives you a little more of the shimmer. If I can get this out. Oh, my piece keeps sticking in there. There we go. All right, so let's just take some Stella, see if you guys can see the shimmer. And all I'm doing is rubbing that Wink of Stella all over my color flower, and that is going to give it that little extra sparkle to kind of coordinate with the shimmery ribbon and your sparkles. Okay, so let me see. I got to get this so you can see the shimmer. I know you. I'm going to get it. There it is. See it? Ta-da! You can see the shimmer. All right, there's card number 2, kind of fun fold. And just a bright, cheery, fun card, right? All right. Yay. Card number 2 is done. And the last card that I have, oh shoot, I was going to stamp on here. And I already cleaned that, but you know what? Let's see. This has some fun other stamps in here. Let me grab one of these. Like this one here is really fun. And I've got a block right here. And let's pull that Pale Papaya out one more time. Oh my goodness, thank you guys for sharing. You're so sweet to do that. I really, really appreciate it. All right, so let's just kind of go here. Look at that flower. Oh my gosh. Isn't that awesome? That is really cool. And let's go ahead, since I have the leaves already on here, and we've got our garden green. Sorry, my arms are just like right under the video there. I'm gonna go back to my area that I took the ink off of. I'm gonna ink this up, and I'm gonna stamp off because it's really super dark. And let's just bring this these leaves kind of like right there. How's that? And let's see, let's try one more. Bring this up and stamp that. It's kind of weird, actually. It's not connected to the flower. So guess what? When crazy stuff happens, you figure out a way to fix it. And so how can we fix it? We can take this other little flower and we're going to stamp it. Girls, there's no mistakes in stamping. So you figure out a way to make things work no matter what, right? And let's see. Let's just come right up there. So there we go. It's kind of funky right there, but it's okay. It's a handmade card. Oh well, it's just an envelope, right? Okay. There we are. Card number 2. Out of the way. Now, I really like the next card that I have for you. It is one that, where's my other card that I just did? Right there. It's one that uses some stamps that you might not, well, if you don't have this one stamp set, it is a great stamp set for masculine cards. So I'm going to do a masculine card for you. We always need the guy cards, right? Yes, we do. So that's what we're going to do. So let me get these guys out of the way, pull in our next project. And, oh, I wanted to share these with you really quick. I think the next card is easier than the other ones that I've just done. But I had shared this one quite some time ago, but lots of stamping there using the ephemera packet that goes with it. This is a fun one that I got as a swap. All the fun textures going on here, right? This was a swap by, I know this one was these both were swaps by my team member Yvonne. And you see what she did here? She did the die cut, laid it down, and then she did sponging on here, and then you get the outline here too. So she made 2 cards with 1 die. Isn't that cool? And then this pretty one, ephemera packet with some of the designer paper. Super cute, easy cards. I wanted to share those with you. And then the next one that we are making is going to use Nature's Beauty. These animals work really well for holiday cards, and they work well for masculine cards. And then also Inspired Thoughts. This is a set that has Christmas, sympathy, birthday, congratulations, thank you, just hello. Great set. Okay, so these are the 2 sets we're using. And let me grab my card packet here. We're going to be using some linen thread, and we're going to use some free paper. Okay, free paper. So this is the Peaceful Deer paper. and it has these cool trees on one, birch trees on one side. Look, this is Christmas paper on the other. I've already, you can use a circle punch or a circle die, and I've already done that on this port on the right side of the designer paper that I've cut. And this designer piece is 5 by 3 3/4. Again, 5.5 by 8.5 card base in the Sahara sand, which coordinates with the paper. And this is scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a couple other colors here. This is the basic white, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 5, the same as the designer. And then the soft suede is 4 by 5 1/4. These two pieces are scrap, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here and use these. Okay, so what are we doing? Here is a tip of what we're doing. We're going to take this piece, we're going to take the designer paper and lay this down. Okay, see how the white, I have the white, let me see, I need this dark so you can see better, I think. All right, go up here. Trying to see if you can see it better. Darn it, this lighting is killing me, guys. All right, because I want you to see the circle. Hey, Bobby. Hey, better late than never. Thank you, everybody that's just jumping on. I've seen some more people jump on here. I appreciate you guys being here. And go back and watch the beginning replay of the other two cards. There's some cute cards in there for you. All right, so I want you to see this. I have cut the white the same size as the designer paper. I've got the circle layer in here, and I'm going to take a pencil and basically see where my circle's at. I'm going to take this like this so you can see here. I'm going to take the pencil. I'm going to make a tick mark right there and right here, right on the edges of my circle. Okay. Now, I don't know that you're going to be able to see that because I am, you know, anyway, trust me, they're there. I can see them. When you're creating this card, this is what you want to do. All right, let's do some stamping. So, the top of my circle, I want to make sure that my deer that I'm stamping, I'm using the deer, and this is not a Christmas card. I'm going to ink up my deer, make sure it's inked up well. And I'm looking to see where my first tick mark is, which is right there. And I need to get my scrap here so I don't get on my sponge pad. All right, and I'm going to stamp my deer so that I can see, get my head down here so I can see where I'm at. Make sure he's in this circle here. There we go. All right. Stamp him down like that. There's my deer. And he's still within the circle. Okay, it's important he stays in the circle. The next thing I'm going to do is I've got this little piece here, and I'm going to take that. I'm just going to come up and stamp where he is so that these will show up a little bit in the circle. It's kind of like he's in the field, right? You're gonna watch the replay, Colleen? That's okay. I'm so glad that I'm able to actually do it so you guys can see the replay and stuff. Okay, so before I ink, I'm gonna come back to my envelope here, and we're gonna stamp this a few times just to have a little something on the envelope. Sorry, I was out of screen. There we go. I keep doing that. I keep coming closer and closer to me. Do you guys ever do that? When you're stamping, it just keeps getting closer and closer to where you're stamping. All right, so this is what we just did. Move our envelope out of the way. Now we're ready to put our designer paper on top of our deer. So I'm going to put this down so you can see. So look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? He's there looking through the trees, right? So let's put this down. Oh, I didn't put my silicone mat. And yep, I got sticky on here, Barbara. Let's do this. All right. Use those tools, you guys. That's why we have them, right? Use them. Take this and make sure that this is the same size, so I'm just going to line this right up. There we go. Onto my white. There we are. And then the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and put on our linen thread. So I just need a bunch here. Well, no, I'm going to put this on here first. Yeah, okay, Barbara. Oh, look, my designer paper is a little bit bigger, but that's okay because it's going to be mounted on here. So that's all right. It's not going to show. Very cool. Yeah, it really does give it a great look. Okay, mount this on here. Fumble fingers. Here we are. And just line that up in on the soft suede. So soft suede is the ink, and then I have that as the background. So let's take this linen thread, and I am going to take this, and I'm basically going to wrap it around this area a few times. So I think maybe 3 times. There's 3 there, and then come over here, and then just cut this. Okay, and then I'm going to shift it, my pieces, so that they come down a little bit. Kind of get these out here, get them kind of up here, just kind of getting them so you can see them there. Now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take a dimensional, and I'm going to put it here in the middle because I want my pieces to stay put like that. Okay, and then next we need to do some stamping. So let's go ahead, and we're going to use the soft suede. That's the only color I used, is the soft suede. And if you didn't watch my Tuesday virtual class, go back and take a look. I did some monochromatic there, so this would be kind of considered a monochromatic card also. Where's my image? Right here. I'm going to stamp thinking of you on your special day. So let's ink that up. Got that. And make sure I can get that straight. I did it. Yay. And then on the inside of the card, while I've got the ink open here, I'm going to stamp the sentiment that can go with this, which is says, it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and know you're celebrated. So a good masculine birthday card, you guys. Right? All right, so let's just stamp that right here. There we are. Stamping's done. Now, I am going to, I have a piece just a little bit bigger here, so I'm going to mount this here. So I don't want to use my ribbon scissors, so let's take this, and yes, I'm just going to do an easy wing it on that side. And I think I need to cut just a tad off of this side to kind of even it up a little bit. There we go. And this is going to go onto the Sahara sand. And yeah, I'm going to cut this down a little sliver. There we go. And there we are. That one's just a little bit crooked. Okay, got it. All right, let's put a couple more dimensionals on here because I've got one kind of in the middle. So we're going to put one over here, and actually I want to put one up and one down. That way it's kind of off of the linen thread, not right on top of it. Sometimes it doesn't like on ribbon and such. Okay, thinking of you on your special day. Okay, let's get this in the right spot. It's going to go kind of right there. Make sure I'm not on top of the other one. There we go. And you notice I did not make a bow. I just kind of left those pieces there as extra little tassel kind of thing. I am going to take this one because it's kind of going crazy there. And this one. cut this one down just a little bit to kind of coordinate the other side. And yep, I did it again, so I'll be putting something on the inside. Remember when I stamped the trees and I did them the wrong way? I did it here. Okay, I'm gonna put something on the I'll put a piece of white on the inside, because I'll be drawing for someone to get these awesome cards. So make sure to share the video. Okay, and I will make sure that there is a piece inside here, or I'll send you my other one that isn't messed up. But look at that. I love these trees, and this is the free paper. So when you spend $50, you can get the free deer paper, and maybe many of you have already seen it, but I'm going to share it with you. It coordinates really nice with the Peaceful Deer bundle right here. But yeah, there's all kinds of paper, and it doesn't have to be Christmas. There are the sides that are not Christmas. So consider getting that as one of your options if you when you spend $50 regular stuff. So what did we do tonight? Here we are. We are down to the end. All right, I'm going to bring all the cards back in so you guys can all see all the ones that we did. Oh my goodness, I'm moving me around here everywhere, right? Okay, so I did the hello, but what did I do with it? Here it is. Here's the one that I did. See, it's lighter, and I think I stamped off, and I didn't put any Wink of Stella on there. That one says best wishes, and this kind of looks like a fun, maybe a shower, card. And this is the one that we did with the hello. And then our first card that we did, right here. So let's see. I'm going to pull this up a little higher. There we go. And see if we can, there's two. Let's do this. There's 2 and 3 kind of in there, so you can see, right? See them real quick. Yeah, so there are your 3 projects. And listen, I would love to see you guys make these cards. I would love to see your creations. If you would share them with me, you can. You should be able to post them on the group page. That would be awesome. So everybody can see what you chose to use. I would love that. Make sure that I'll go back and see who shared. But thank you for all the comments. Thank you for being here and taking your time out. I know you could be doing other things, and I appreciate you spending this time with me. I look forward to seeing you guys again next Thursday. And tell your friends to come join, right? Come join us. We have a few more weeks of celebration where you get free stuff, and for the sign-up promotion. So if you want to join my team, it's an awesome deal, you guys. Let me know, because I will be happy to get you some information and let you know how to make all that happen for yourselves. Okay, I will see you guys soon. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.